Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we will start it now. Welcome everybody to this coaching session again. Today we are January 8th, 2015. This will be a coaching session on a Diamond 2 with LightHoangz is going to be playing Thresh. This is patch 4.21 if I haven't said it yet. Okay. This is the first time I get a first person replay, so we'll see how this goes. I think this kind of replay is going to be better to analyze because I'm going to be able to see what he sees, what he types, and what he clicks, like and how long he takes to think about something, or if he hesitates or something. So we'll get started with this video. Okay, the beginning is good. It's pretty standard. You could go sorry, you could go relic shield if you want it. It depends on the playstyle and the team comp that you have. Not much going on yet. Okay, this kind of scouting is not the most optimal one. If you want to scout in order to protect the blue for you, dear, you didn't have to waste a trinket. You could have just went there yourself, be a human ward, and Graves be over here, because you don't need to have two people just walking over like back and forth in a single place. Okay, what you're doing right now is really good. This might be a big difference between high elo players and lower elo players. Is that higher elo players, they tell the team what they want to do. They don't just do it straight away. They try like the most they can to tell the team, or at least their partners, what they are going to do. So like the partner will be able to follow up way faster and won't be surprised by the plays. It was okay, kind of, to stay there to watch over for the late invade there, but I feel like you didn't need to do that. Okay, we noticed that the enemy bot lane arrived around the same time as you did, with Udyr starting bot. Also, I believe it's Cassiope starting top lane. She arrived like even before, or like slightly after the minions just touched each other. Well, the minion from both lane collapsed, so we can safely assume that Pantheon started bot lane. Okay, to do this, there is a better and more efficient way to do what you're doing, like pushing, last hitting the wave. There's a good trick you can do with range support spot lane, is that you can go into the brush, hit the minion, and then go back into the brush, and like just rinse and repeat. So hide in the brush, go out, hit the minion, back into the brush, and then you do that over and over again. That way, it's gonna apply a lot of pressure to the enemy laners, because when you're inside the bush, they won't know what you're gonna do next, right? So since you started grab, also it's gonna be a good thing for you to do that, because they will somewhat expect that you do that all over the all the time. So you could surprise them with a surprise grab by doing that. Also, by doing that, you kind of force them to put a ward down. So that's really beneficial. Just like the way you stand in the lane, like where you stand in the lane, could force the enemy to do something about it. And it is really nice to do that when you try to harass the enemy AD carry. Just like stand in the bush. Let's say Corki was over here. You won't be able to do it on Corki because it's gonna be too dangerous if you go over here. But let's say Corki was over here. You could be in the bush, go out, hit him, go back into the bush. He will be really busy trying to CS and just position himself. That it's gonna be really a pain in the ass for him to just constantly receiving auto attacks from you without being able to hit you back, because you go back into the brush. You have to do that. You have to do that as a habit. Like you have to do it really fast as a reflex. Also doing that, if he doesn't want to get hit freely by you, he can just he has to walk over, either walk back, which is not going to be good for like the positioning if he wants to CS, or he will have to walk over to the river, which is easier for your jungler to come gank. So simply just standing in the bush and going out back and forth is going to apply a lot of pressure and will allow a lot of plays. Okay, this grab, it could be prevented. I'm gonna talk about something that I didn't bring up. Okay, I watched a lot of video of Last Shadow 9. I don't know if you guys know him. He's currently the MYM coach, but he was the one who, well, I wouldn't say taught because he didn't talk to me directly there, but I saw that from him. I don't think he was the one that came up with that too, but it's basically something called DIing. DI for direct input. So you know that when you click somewhere far away from your champion, somewhere, let's say on the minimap, for example, if you're at the fountain and you click over to the top lane, you're gonna see a white line, like a it's gonna be the path that Riot wants you to, well, the engine wants you to go. So Riot has an algorithm that will calculate what's the shortest path, the fastest path for you to go. So that takes a tiny bit of time to calculate in the computer. So the further you click away from you, the longer it's gonna take your champion to move to that position. So I'll take Graves because he's alone there. Let's say Graves wants to go here. If you click over here, it's gonna take him longer for him to face this way and go over here. Meanwhile, if you click really close to him, let's say over here, he's gonna turn way faster. So by doing this, it allows you to dodge skill shots way easier. You can try it really easily in games. Just like you can bring a friend who plays, let's say Ezreal or something. Ask him to shoot skill shots, and try, instead of like clicking far away from a champion, try to have those little tiny clicks. You'll see that it's gonna make you dodge the skill shot more than before, just because the time it needs to process is significantly lower. Okay, this was a really good move because you went into the brush and then you hooked him. You didn't hook him when he grabbed you and he just walked away. So he didn't see you, so he didn't get the time to react properly. Like there, by standing only like 3 seconds in the brush, you force him to already put a ward down. So you have to stand more in the bush. Okay, Graves is doing a good thing. He's telling what he has, and well, you just saw him flash, so he didn't need to tell you that. But that's a good habit to pick up from high elo players, to always tell your teammate what you have, what you're gonna do, and what, like, basically don't make don't make your partners be surprised by your moves. Moves being like either a follow up or an engage or whatever. Okay, we saw Pantheon top lane. Okay, we just saw Pantheon going top lane. So now you have a window of opportunity where you can be more aggressive. I'm talking in general because in this case it's gonna be harder since you are pushed to your turret. They're level 3 and Graves is less than half his HP. Okay, Pantheon just recalled. Well, just went out of the fog of war. So let's do. You have to keep this in mind. Okay, this is something that will give you a better sense in the game. So Pantheon just went out of the fog of war. He might be recalling at this exact moment, right? So that's 8-second recalls, unless he took the mastery there, but that's a little bit less. Okay, so that's 8 second. Going from the fountain, if he goes immediately, okay, going from the fountain to a tier 1 turret, like the most outer turret, from any side lane is 20 seconds with the boots. Okay, so in the most optimal way for him, for Pantheon, if he recalls exactly at this moment where he's out of the fog of war, and if he goes immediately to the lane, that's 8 plus 27 seconds. That's 35 seconds of guaranteed safeness for you. So now you know that you have 35 seconds of guaranteed safeness, and that's like the minimum, because he might not have boots. If he doesn't have boots, you add 2 more seconds to that time, to 27 seconds, which is 29. And if he stays there to buy stuff, and if he doesn't recall immediately, so around 40 seconds would be a good approximate time for saying that you're completely safe for any ganks. Since of course he's not from any ganks from Pantheon, since of course he's not level 6. That's a nice dodge. Okay, the around 40 second is starting to go to an end. So now, if you want to be more aggressive, or if you want to move up, because now you're probably gonna move up because the cannon minion just died. I mean the melee minion just died, so you're gonna go last at the cannon minion. Now would be a good time to ward, not earlier. Well, you couldn't anyway because you were pushed to your turret. But just in case, like next time you're not pushed to your turret or something, now would be a better time to ward, because now you have no guarantee whatsoever that Pantheon is not somewhere around bot lane. He could potentially be mid lane, but not top lane, which is because one, he went top lane and he tried to gank, but he failed. But since we knew earlier that Pantheon started bottom side jungle, which is his red buff, it is safe to assume that his top lane jungle is either fully cleared, or like he might leave a wolf or a grump or something, or even like, well, the crab doesn't count. So it wouldn't be rational for him to recall and go back to the top lane, right? His bottom jungle should be more appealing to him. So it's safe to assume that he's not going to be top lane, but so you have to play more carefully, because he has more chances to be bottom lane or middle lane. So now would be a good time to ward. Okay, especially because you're gonna go aggressive. Okay, there you go. There's Pantheon. Yeah, that's 1 kill assured for him. You could have bought a ruby crystal, because you could have rushed the sightstone. But that's a personal preference choice and a situational choice. In my case, I would have bought the ruby crystal, but this would be fine if you want to be more passive, because it's like if you buy the ruby crystal, it can be more aggressive because you have more HP. While this one makes you sit back and be more passive, but that's a more like a playstyle choice. By the way, you have to count the sightstone as a GP10 item, and that if you count it as a GP10 item, it's even better than a gold income item like the ancient coin, the relic shield, and I believe it's the other one. It's Frost Fang or something. Well, the 3 support items, it's even better than those, because if you take a little bit of math, it has 2 free wards, well 3 free wards all the time, which is 75 gold each. You can put them like whenever you want if you have stacks. So it's, and let's say they last 3 minutes each, okay? So that's 225 gold already within 3 minutes. That's nearly 100 gold per minute, right? So if you have perma 3 wards up, which is probably possible, or like you have perma 2 wards up, let's say, it's really worth it, because that's a lot of gold. Okay, like earlier, if you want to try to apply pressure in the lane, like, well, you want to apply pressure, right? So it would be better for you to stand in the brush and just do what I said earlier, walk back and forth out of the brush. And just like the fact that they don't see you there, it's gonna make them feel way less comfortable than if they see you just walk in the lane and even not standing. I mean, not moving. It's a good thing that you just did. You just pinged the lantern. Some people, they would just throw a lantern and assume that they see it, but it's always good to tell your team what you're gonna do, or also what you want them to do. Okay, this grab. Okay, I'll go back to that later. This grab could have been avoided if you DI'd a little bit more. I'll remind you what DI means. It's direct input. It's basically clicking really close to your champion, so he turns faster. It's not moving faster, but it's just like, let's say Graves is facing downwards. If you click upward really close to him, he's gonna turn 180 degree faster than if you click to the fountain, let's say. Okay, so that's a better way to dodge skill shots. Also, this flash, yes, it avoided you to being knocked up. It could have been a kill. Well, you could have exhausted the Corki anyway, so it probably wouldn't have been a kill. So flashing here is not worth it, because, well, one, you can exhaust the Corki instead, and the exhaust is lower cooldown and it's less important for you. Two, even if you die, they are not gonna get the turret, because one, Graves is range and he has pretty good wave clear under the turret with his buckshot, and you have Udyr, who is pretty close and who is pretty healthy. Oh well, yeah. I was gonna say that you can't see it, but yes, this is your view, so yes, you can see that Udyr is pretty healthy. So they are not going to get the turret. They would potentially even be ganked by Udyr, because they're probably gonna get cocky because you're dead. So flashing there for saving only your life is not really worth it, because it's gonna cost you, well, in your case, since you took the mastery, it's gonna cost you 4 minutes 30 seconds. Wasting your life, like the few seconds, well, saving the few seconds of your death compared to 4 minute 30 is not worth it, because they are not gonna get anything else than your life, like the 300 gold. Also, you could have exhausted the Corki instead. So do not flash when you, like, just for the sake of being alive. You have to, like, be alive for something more important than a couple of gold, like saving a turret or like winning the game or something. Because now you don't have your flash anymore to do some more fancy plays that could result in something bigger. So let's say you died, you come back in lane. It makes you, well, it gives you time to shop also. You come back in lane and Udyr comes to gank. You kill somebody, and if you had your flash, you could have maybe killed the second one, right? So not flashing to avoid wasting those 4 minutes and a half would potentially be more worth it for you. So instead of just flashing for like saving your life next time, try to keep it, because sometimes it's not worth it. Okay, on this one, it turned out good because they wasted both their flashes, and only for Udyr's, and you got a kill. But next time, instead of going greedy and trying to get the 2 kills instead of one, it's better off like 80-75% of the time just secure the kill and go like stop wasting resources. Okay. If you want to do the dragon, tell your Udyr to pull it away out of the pit, because the Pantheon ult, we're not sure 100% he's level 6 yet, but we can, like, it's a risk that we should not assume that he's not. So his ultimate could probably cover, I'm not sure exactly how many units of distance it covers, but it will probably cover most of the dragon pit. So he could have a really good ult, like either blocking the entrance or the exit, or just ulting inside the pit. So you better not stand inside the pit to limit your movements. So next time, just tell the your jungler to pull the dragon out of the pit. Also, if they come and they throw skill shots at you, it's gonna be easier to not get hit. Okay, there goes the Pantheon. So he decided to block the entrance with his ultimate. Also, another thing that he can do, well, another thing that's good if you pull out the dragon and against a Pantheon that's gonna ult, is that since you're gonna be out here, the dragon's gonna be around here. If Pantheon decides to ult around here, you can just back out when he lands and make him tank like 1 or 2 hits from the dragon. That's gonna be really beneficial for you. Also, you can just like you'll be able to run from the 2 sides or backward if you decide. So it's nearly always better to pull out the dragon, unless those few seconds pulling it out is going to be it's gonna cost you something. But in this case, it probably won't. Okay, you should have saved your flay over there to flay the Pantheon when he heart seeks, when he uses his E. If you thought that Udyr was gonna die anyway, you could have flayed him backwards instead. So he would go inside the dragon pit, and the dragon will focus him instead. Also, it would make him further from the Udyr. That's like just mechanical stuff now. Okay, try to not to steal the kills. That's a really good grab. But I feel more honestly though, it's because the Corki played it bad, because he put a ward down, he saw you, and he still walked where he could get grabbed anyway. Okay, it's always a good thing to keep an eye on your partner when you're recalling. Yes, you have to be like, you have to look at the shop a bit and just plan what you're gonna buy, but you should always know what you're gonna buy in advance. Like you have to be thinking about that all the time, and also it has to be a habit to be able to buy quickly. So you did a really good thing, just watching at your partner. Also, the shop that you just did, the pack that you just did with, was good. You just bought good items. Though the biscuit, the pots is a bit overkill, because you probably like now you have 4. I don't remember how many he had, but having this many is not optimal. Okay, it's a good thing again, like you did, to tell your teammate what you have and what you don't have. so he won't play as aggressive, or he won't go all in. Again, you should stand in the brush. Now would be a safe time to stand in towards this part of the brush. It's going to make them fall back, or it's going to force them to put a ward down, which is beneficial for you. Okay, you made the right decision. I was going to see if you wanted to wait, but the way Blitzcrank was walking, he was walking towards here, right? So waiting for him to be over here to land the hook was the right decision, because when you're over here, you don't have that many choices of pathing to dodge, right? So you could either go in a linear way to your hook, in a parallel way to the hook, so you're gonna get hooked anyway, or you're gonna go back downwards, right? But downward, there's the minion, so you have a risk of being minion blocked. So you did a good job knowing this in advance and waiting for the hook, for the Blitzcrank's path to be more narrow to land the hook. Oh, that was close. That was good. That was really good. That's a really good skill order. Like you did your skills in the right way at the right time, which like just tells that you know your champion. This is by experience that you're gonna know that. Okay, lantern to you dear. She's gonna stun. That's good. It's really good. Kill. Okay, why you I'm gonna just tell this to the viewers, or like people who are gonna watch the video. The reason why LightHoangz has so much like the cooldown on his hook is so low is that he maxes it first. It's not uncommon to max your hook first in Korea, and some people, they like to max flay. Honestly, I think in North America they like to max flay more because of the single target damage auto attack. But sometimes it's better to max your Q, but some other time it's just better to max your E also. But it depends a lot on your playstyle, if you want to try to hook or if you want to try to auto attack more. So yeah, when you hook someone, the cooldown on your grab goes down by 3 seconds, which is somewhat a lot when you have it maxed, because the cooldown is already low when you max it, and it's gonna be 3 seconds lower when you grab someone. So having 40% CDR on Thresh is really something strong when you go into the late game, because you're gonna be able to grab a lot of people in the team fights. I just want to go back to the ward that I just put. It was somewhere later. Okay, this ward. Okay, you don't have to put it there. If you want to put a ward, you're better off putting it over either in the middle if you want to be safe, or over here, because if you put it here, you're gonna be able to see more of this fog of war. Like this fog of war is gonna disappear. And also you're gonna be able to see more towards here, because you won't have this huge wall blocking it, and you don't really need the vision around in this area, and neither in this one. So warding in this part of the brush is more efficient for you than warding here. But if you want to be safe and see like a bit of both sides, just ward in the middle instead. Don't ward towards there. Same thing goes for the tri-bush. If you want to ward the tri-bush, I noticed earlier, but I didn't say it because I forgot. If you want to ward the tri-bush, you don't ward it here, because if you ward it here, you're not gonna be able to see a lot over here, which is one of the common path to go gang bot lane after you've done the now the Krugs. So it's better if you put your ward here. Of course, you're gonna see less from near the dragon pit, but you're gonna see further inside their jungle, which is the main reason why you put a ward in the tri-bush. It's to see from their jungle. Or again, if you want to be safe, just put it in the middle, but don't put it towards the southwest part of the tri-bush. The recall timing is okay. They will probably be at your turret because they just recalled. I mean, Corky just went back into the lane, so he won't be out of the lane for any time soon. So he's probably gonna push it, knowing that you just recalled. So they're probably gonna be on your turret. Yeah, they're gonna be at your turret. So the recall timing was a bit forced because you had to back out, or you would, if you went into a team fight with Blitzcrank, you would have lost because the Corky just went to buy. But it could have been better. Try to be more efficient when you recall. Also, I'll cover something that I just saw, which is really good. Okay, so you knew that they were not going to be afraid of you, right? So you just faked a lantern. It's not uncommon for for not how would I say that? It's not uncommon for good Thresh players to know this little trick. It's to fake a lantern. Usually when you throw a lantern backwards, it makes people think that somebody wants to take the lantern, right? So it was a good initiative by you to just throw the lantern backward, so they would think that somebody's coming and they would back off the turret. You basically saved the turret by just throwing a lantern. I'm gonna go over something that I just saw that I think could be better. So it just went into the brush and tried to hook. Okay, at this point, they have a really good angle to move, right? Your angle to throw your hook is like around this area. It's okay. The angle is still pretty small, but it would be better if you just walk up to them and flay them. Okay, if you can flay, always flay before you you hook, because it's gonna make it just so easier. Okay. Also, I forgot to say, after you, I don't remember if you did it, but if you're going to recall to buy the red trinket, always remember to put your yellow trinket down. So let's say you have your yellow trinket now, and you're in the recall. Put it down first. Put it anywhere. Well, not anywhere as in like in the middle of the lane. Well, in the middle of the lane could actually be good, but just put it somewhere you think and you're gonna have to ward. Put it down, then recall, then you can sell the trinket and just buy the red trinket. It doesn't cost you anything. Like the yellow trinket ward won't disappear. It's gonna stay there even if you sold the little icon there. So it's basically a free 30 seconds ward. Well, 25 seconds, let's say, because the recall timing, the walking back into the lane, etc. So having this a bit of more information is beneficial for your team. And also it's free, so why not? Yeah, you took the right decision to not take the risk of fighting them because your exhaust was coming soon anyway. So it could have been a good fight for your part. But it's safer. I have to agree. It's safer to not fight when you don't have exhaust up. That's good. That was a good fight. Okay, now you have to be mass pinging the dragon. Okay, yeah, the ward, this one is better than the other one. The other one was around here, but right now you know that the bottom lane is not gonna come. You just chunked a big amount of HP from them, so you know they're not gonna be able to come contest the dragon. If Pantheon comes, last time it went like brilliantly well, except for the Yudir that died, but last time it went good. So and this time Yudir is full HP, right? So doing the dragon right now would be the smart decision, because the bottom lane can't come, and Pantheon just randomly jumping in is not gonna be like as dangerous as it was earlier. So now you better just mass ping the dragon to tell your team that yes, you want to do the dragon. Dragons are really important in this patch, and I hope they're gonna stay that way because I like the dragon part of the game. Okay, you did a good thing. I'm gonna cover that a bit after. Oh, good hook. Okay, I'll cover this a bit. Okay, again, this is a good team how would I put it? I'll just say team thing. But you knew that you wanted to dive them, right? And also, are you going to do more damage than Graves, Yudir, and Ari? Probably not. So it's better if you are the one that tanks the turret instead of them, because they're gonna stay alive longer and just hit the enemies. So you did the right thing. You hit him once, and you went towards the range, the maximum range of the turret. So by going there, you're gonna be able to tank the turret until you can't tank it anymore and just walk out of the range, which is on where you're gonna be standing. So this is a good way to allow your team to just dive freely on them, because the turret is not gonna switch target until you go out of the range or you die. So this is good. Okay, good hook. Now I hope doing. That's a good grab. Really good grab. Okay, that was a smart decision. Flashing out to prevent Ari and yourself to die is something that is good, because else they are going to be able to apply more pressure on the map after. Like you and Ari being, well, if you recall now, it probably won't matter. But if had you and Ari tried to split push mid and bot lane, it would have been really efficient, because you just killed the bot lane. You killed Cass, who is top lane, just top lane, and I think you killed the jungler. Did you? No, you didn't kill the jungler. So allowing both of you to survive would have been a good thing to expend your resources, just going to other lanes and split push, because they don't have as many resources as you do. But Ari tried to do that, but she overstayed a bit. Also, you and your other team didn't think the same way she did when she thought about split pushing. Okay, good hook. Okay, the one you put is not the most optimal one, because you see that the vision is blocked over here. You could see a bit more around here if you put it the other way, like I told you earlier. Okay, there's no point staying, and you probably can't save him. Well, if he wanted to get saved, he would have walked towards your turret, your trinket. God damn it, your lantern. Good, that's really good. using the dragon as an escape route. Good. That's a good way to CS under the turret because you're not gonna get the other minion anyway. So better just prepare those two to make it easier. Get the pink. Okay, you're not gonna arrive in time to save them. So you're better off just getting the pink ward instead. Deny them the vision. Because now, yeah, exactly. You just walk there to well. You got a free pink ward here, but that's more by luck than by good decision making. Okay, good. You tell your team what to do. Well, what you don't have more like. Well, that was grave salt for not taking the lantern. That could have been cleaner. She got the kill, yes, but she could have done her death fairy grasps earlier to just burst him down. Okay, when you try to do that, just start pinging a lot. Don't use like 10 pings there on your lantern, but instead of assuming that your team is watching where you want them to watch, just ping instead. Get their attention. Okay. That hook that hook got him, but for the sake of saying it, it wasn't in the right angle because he could have, when you hook in a perpendicular way from where he's going, it's going to make the landing percentage rate go down because of course it's going to be harder to land the hook. Good grab on the Blitzcrank that was not watching because you were in the fog of war. Okay, really good initiative to grab the Corki instead, because the Blitzcrank, one, he was already dead. Two, if he was not dead, he's not worth anything compared to the Corki at this moment. So securing a kill on Corki is so much more important than just taking the kill on Blitz. Okay. Overall, it was a good game. You landed some really good hooks. I'll go over a few topics really quick. First recommendation would be to DI more, direct input, which is I'll repeat it for a third time. Clicking around your champion close as you can to him, so he will change direction faster. So you're gonna be able to dodge skill shots way faster. Also, I didn't see you time any summoner spell this game. There was a lot of flashes used. You could have timed those and asked for ganks. So communicate more with your team, like be more interactive with the enemy team as well. Be more lean more toward the information that people are just giving you away freely, like a flash time or a ward timing, etc. Also, check the tab more often. the tab gives you a lot of information. It gives you where the enemy is going, like where they are evolving, in what team comp they want to play. It also tells a bit of the jungle path in the early games. If you see that, for example, if Pantheon has 3 CS and he started let's say on the bottom of the map, and you have a ward like towards the Wraith, it tells you that he did the red instead of doing the Krugs. He started red immediately, right? So well, that's just an example. So clicking on tab more often is something that you can do to take a lot of valuable information. Lastly, there is the warding. Have more efficient ward positioning. You put wards in the right bushes in the right time, but it could be more efficient. It could be cleaner. So I would like to thank you everybody for watching, for tuning in. If you like the video and if you want to see more of them, just subscribe to the video. To the channel. Sorry. Thumbs up the video if you liked it. Tell me in the comments below what you enjoyed from this video. If you like a better first person view, or if you like when I have a replay and just analyze it instead. You can also follow me on Twitter at CZG_wisdom. And again, thank everybody for tuning in. And yeah, goodbye.